Alright, hi everyone, this is Fam here again for MTGOntario, and this is another Scars of Mirrodin 8-4 draft. This is probably going to be my last video, and if you notice that the settings for my video is a little bit different, that's because this time I got a new laptop, just in time for my trip, and hopefully I'll be able to record videos in Europe and abroad while I'm traveling around to PTs and GPs. So I'm actually using the built-in microphone for my laptop. This laptop's actually pretty powerful. I'm not sure exactly on the quality of the microphone, but I'll try and play around with the sound in the editing of the videos. Hopefully clean it up a little bit for you guys. Just leave me comments below and let me know on the quality of the sound and the quality of the video overall, and if I should make any improvements. If it's too bad, I might bring my own desktop microphone with me, but I'm gonna try not to since it's kind of bulky and it's like a little difficult to travel with. So, a little bit of an update. We just finished our PTQ season here in Ontario, and the last PTQ we had was on Saturday, just this past Saturday at Kitchener. And a good friend of mine won the whole thing, Nassim Kakita, shout out to you. Good job on winning the PTQ, and hopefully I'll be able to see you in Nagoya. Um, my record overall was top 8 at X and 1 in the Swiss of the Toronto PTQ, and in Kitchener I missed top 8 going 5-2. Well, I was knocked out by a friend of mine who was actually in the same car as me in the second to last round, and unfortunately he couldn't actually even draw in the last round and lost the last round for the second time in a row, missing top 8. That's unfortunate, but two other people in our car both made top 8, but unfortunately they couldn't get past, I think one made it to the quarters and then got eliminated, the other made it to the semis and then got eliminated. But anyways, we had a decent showing for the day. 5-2, like not too bad of a record. I went in with a 1939 rating, and I needed about 11 more points for a second bye for GP Paris and possibly other GPs in the future. So basically, when I got to the last round, we were all playing for nothing. We were all pretty much eliminated. My last round opponent was David from Barrie, and apparently he's a subscriber to my YouTube channel, and he's a lurker on the forums. So shout out to you, David. David was nice enough just to scoop me in since I was actually playing for a little bit of points to make my second bye. And well, not technically didn't scoop me in, but he scooped to me, so that I was able to make some points. And I mean, he's a nice guy. And shout out to you, David. Hopefully you're watching and you'll appreciate that. So, anyways, let's get on with this draft here. The is very unexciting. I think the picks here are between Perilous Mirror, Shatter, possibly Trinket Mage, Riddlesmith. I've never drafted the Proliferate deck yet, but I'm not a big fan of that whole idea. You have to have like pretty good deck to go with that. There's also like a couple of like not so exciting cards here, like Alphatirian Axe, Bleak Coven Vampires. Paintsmith's alright, but there's nothing really like forcing us into anything right now. I think the pick here is between Perilous Mirror and Shatter, and I like Perilous Mirror because it keeps our colors open and goes with every deck. Shatter is kind of like doesn't really commit us to red, but it's a decent removal spell for this format. I kind of just want to stay open and take Perilous Mirror here. Mainly because I don't like drafting red too much in this format now, just because I find it's like overdrafted. But some will argue that maybe like Infect is more overdrafted than the rest. But I'm gonna take Perilous here, stay open, and see what I get. Well, that's nice. Someone passed us a Skin Render and a Grasp of Darkness, and obviously it's the rare of this pack. It's unfortunate that we have to pass the Grasp of Darkness here, but I don't think we can pass the Skin Render. Like, Turn to Slag is also in this pack. Assweb Spider, like there's a bunch of 2-for-1s in this pack, and like Grasp of Darkness is probably like the second best card in this pack, in my opinion, because it's the most efficient piece of removal out of all these cards. The rest of the pack is kind of blah, so I'm just gonna take the Skin Render here and move on. Alright, so this pack's a little interesting. It has a couple of choices for us. There's a Darksteel Juggernaut, Necrogen Scudder, a Chrome Steed, and a Wall's Tangle Cord, and a Barrage Ogre that are probably all worth considering. I actually don't really like Darksteel Juggernaut right now. Like, that's probably for a much more heavier artifact deck, and we don't necessarily have to be in that right now. We could take the Necrogen Scudder and go like aggro black, or sort of like a black-based removal style deck. We could take this Chrome Steed and sort of go Metalcraft, and Wall of Tanglecord is just like a solid guy overall. Barrage Ogre commits us to a color, or possibly like might just like lead us in that direction. I'm actually probably leaning towards one of the artifacts right now, either Chrome Seed or Wall of Tanglecord. The thing is, if we end up going Infect, like if we get some kind of Infect signal, which I don't see right now, we're probably gonna have to scrap either Necrogen Scudder or Chrome Seed. I think I'm gonna do Chrome Seed here because I think it's the safest. Necrogen Scudder is fine, but Chrome Seed will probably not come back to us as likely. So this pack doesn't have a whole lot going for us. There is a Vector Asp and a Clone Shell. I don't see too much that's worth taking here. That's kind of poor. Like, there's nothing really going on in this pack. I think it's the Clone Shell. I mean, I don't really like playing with Clone Shell because I feel it's like a little bulky. I mean, it's fine. It's not the greatest. Could rare draft or Razorverse Thicket. But at this point, I think I'll just take the Clone Shell and see what comes of it. I was just thinking back that maybe I actually should have taken the Necrogen Cutter over the Chrome Speed, just because it cuts off black and we did pass a Grasp of Darkness, but it's hard to say there. Like, there was a possibility that the person to our left might not have taken the Grasp of Darkness, might have taken like one of the other cards, and then, you know, maybe the person 2 seats away from us is black, but we'll see. Um, this pack, there's a Amir Galvanizer for us, which is not that great right now. I mean, it's fine, but we don't really want to jump into that right away. Otherwise, there's a Fume Spitter, which is a fine card, and Blade Tribe Berserker, which is alright. And I don't really like pairing black-white together, so I'm not even going to look at the white cards that much. I'm going to take the Fume Spitter here. It seems fine, and we can go with that. There's a Trigon Infection too, but we didn't see any Infect cards. I don't think this is going to be the Infect deck. This pack is not amazing. There's a Rustic, Nurok, Replica, Lumengrid Drake, Soliton, Silvok, Lifestaff. Those are probably all the cards worth considering. I think the pick is between like Rustic and Replica. Um, Rustic is like a pseudo blinding mage and it's pretty solid like creature overall. Nurok Replica is just like a complete value card because he like blocks forever and whenever he's gonna die, he's probably gonna block and bounce. So he's pure value. I like that guy a lot. Question is like going Replica puts us in blue black, which is not terrible, but it's not that great either. I think I'm gonna take the Rustic because it keeps us the most open and it's pretty decent overall anyway. This pack we got a Moriok Replica, a Riddlesmith, Thornageth, Light Spellbomb. I think the pick here is between Moriok Replica and Riddlesmith. Again, I don't see like a huge signal to go blue. It looked like blue was open, but it's not like there's been anything absolutely amazing. Like I don't, if I saw like Skyhill School, I'd probably slam that. But at this point, I think taking the Moriok Replica is fine. We're just only in one color really, so we can just stay open to see what we get in pack two. And now we have a pick between another Moriok Replica or a Wall of Tanglecord. At this point, I think it's pretty clear to us that we're not going to be like black-green, in fact. There's going to be black, like blue, or black-red, maybe. So, I think that the Wall of Tanglecord will be a little bit better for us just because it's like a solid creature and it acts like a removal spell. Moriok Replica is fine, but you'll probably be able to get more chance to get those, and I think Wall of Tanglecord is a little underrated at the moment. I'm a big fan of it, and I'm going to take it here. This pack is kind of empty, but considering the amount of artifacts we have and we're in black, I think Bleak Coven Vampires is fine here. If we had like a second color, if we committed to blue a little bit earlier, we might be thinking of taking the Disperse, maybe even the Trigon I thought. But I think the Trigon is way too slow for this format, even though I know players like LSV love it. But I mean, it's not my cup of tea. And again, like, if I was in blue, I'd probably consider the Disperse, but I'm going to take the Vampires here. Nothing really for us here. I think I'm just going to take Bonds of Quicksilver. If we end up being blue, it's a okay card. It's not the greatest. Nothing here for us either. I'm going to take the Opposite of Daredevil. Might be able to like go black, red, pick up like Furnace Celebration or something. Who knows? Kind of solitary, I guess. Cost source. Not hide some of these cards. Okay. I mean, what we have so far is not too bad. We've got about 9 decent playables, and we're only pretty much in one color. So it's not a bad place to be. Like looking back, I thought maybe we could have, instead of a Perilous Mirror, we could have had a Shatter, and instead of what? Let's see, instead of Chrome Speed, we could have Necrogen's Feather. I mean, looking at it this way, we can probably go Metal Craft pretty fine here. And it's a nice Grasp of Darkness for us. It's too bad we're passing another Chrome Speed. I wish we could have more Metal Craft cards. But it seems fine, and I'm fine with just taking more removal. Other cards to note in this pack: Turn to Slag, Saberclaw Golem, Missouri's alright. Rusted Relic, and I already mentioned Chrome Speed. Copper Mirror is fine too. Like off-color mirror is always welcome. And Volshop Replica if you were in red. Blue cards seem kind of weak. White, there's only one card, and Blacksmith's kind of bad. Fainsmith's alright too. So we might be able to table something decent out of this pack. We'll see. Depends if we ever get a second color. Alright, so it looks like we got a bunch of off-color mirrors. Well, I mean, they're off-color since we got one color at the moment. Another wall of Tangle Cord, possibly a solid pollen. Power of Calamity is okay, but it's kind of slow. I think just taking an off-color mirror here is fine. I think that we're more likely to be in black-red than black-white, and I prefer not to be in black-white because enemy colors obviously don't have that much synergy together, especially when you have like awkward casting costs like double white, double black, etc., etc. So I'm gonna take the Iron Mirror here, and in hopes of maybe going black-red. Well then, that's an engulfing slagworm. I'm not sure exactly how great it is, and I don't think that it feels so slow. And a friend of mine once said various formats that like 7 in limited is usually like infinite, and anything above 7 is infinite plus whatever. So I'm probably not going to consider it too highly here. The Chrome Steed's in the pack, and that's worth considering, and I think that's probably our pick here. Like we probably want to go black-based Metalcraft. Um, Possibly Panic Spellbomb, but I mean we're not in red either. There's a couple of infect cards, but we didn't see any infect signal pack 1, so we're probably not going to get that. So I'm going to take the Chrome Steed here and just move on. I mean, I played with Engulfing Slagworm before, but it just takes too long for it to get online. But when it does do a lot for you. Like, Jesus, holy infect cards! Wow. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I have 2 Chrome Steeds right now. Bleak Coven Vampires already. I don't think I can move into Infect at this point. I'm really like losing so many cards. Like this pack is just full of bombing Infect cards. We got your first pick, uncommon Infect creature, and probably one of the first picks, common Infect creatures as well. I don't know what we can take here. I mean, probably just take a card to hate the Infect deck. Maybe take the Plague Stinger, just so if we have a way to deal with their Plague Stinger. I think we might be able to take Tangle Asp here and move into green, but because it's like even if you're not in Infect, it's still a solid creature overall. And everything else in this pack's kind of weak for us, so I think I'm gonna take the Tangle Asp or Tangle Angler and see where that goes. Jesus, well, I mean, there's another Plague Stinger going around. Blight Bomb is going around. Like, is nobody in Infect on my left, or what's going on? I mean, there's another Chrome Seed in this pack, and I'm just perfectly fine with taking that right now because I think that all we want to do is pick up Mana Mirrors and Chrome Seeds at this point, just like Metalcraft them out with removal spells. Um, Otherwise, another card's considered maybe like Neuroth Replica, like a second color, Volshop Replica to go red, but they're not. They don't hold a candle to Chrome Seed. I'd like to have three Chrome Seeds if possible. I mean, it might be a little heavy on the 4-drops, but we'll see. And like picking up any mana mirrors at this point is just really awesome for our deck. Wow, the same print run just keeps going around and around and around. We don't have a second color yet, and I think that taking Horizon Spellbomb, fixing for whatever might be fine here. Like again, we could take like a Plague Stinger, but taking infect cards at this point is not going to help us because we're pretty committed to a non-infect strategy. Whoever is infect, or the couple of people that are infect, are getting a lot of late gifts. They better be happy. But I think taking the Horizons level for us here is fine. Throwing a guess doesn't do much for us, and liquid uploading could help, but we don't have much in ways of artifact removal, so I'm gonna take the spell bomb and move on. Pack seems kind of blank for us. We're not really committed to a second color yet. We have like a green card and like a spell bomb, which kind of is a green card, but not really. I could take a Stoic Rebuttal here. Pick a Dinosaur. I think a Dinosaur is fine actually. Going green, having a Dinosaur is not the worst. I mean, it's not really helping the Metalcraft plan, but it is a giant dude, so I'll take that. Attack's not great. Could take on Moya, Griever. I kind of want to, but I don't have a set of Leo and Arbiters yet either. I'm really considering it, but I don't think I need a Leo and Arbiter, and I don't think it's really being played anywhere anyway, so I'll take the Reaver for the sake of a good draft video. Azuri tabled. I guess we could take it. I mean, it's fine on its own. We don't have any other elves though. But its swinging as a 5/5 is fine, I guess? I don't know. I already have a set of Azuris. I don't really need it. I guess Lifesmith's better than him anyway. Yeah, I'll take Lifesmith. Forget it. Nothing really great here. I'll take a Blister Gun for the sideboard against Infect or something. I mean, looking at our cards right now, there's nothing really that we cut. I think they're all pretty decent, so I'm fine with it. Pack is pretty blank. I'm gonna take a Golgotha Rebirth. No, I don't really care. Vector Ass? Vector Ass, I guess, fights infect creatures. I don't know. Probably not gonna play it. I think I'll wait Puncture. That's a late Flight Mamba. I'll take that out. That pack was stacked. Like, I'm giving someone a last pick Blade Tribe Berserker. I mean, I thought that card's like decent. It's not terrible. I mean, I don't think it should be last pick though. I mean, our deck looks fine. Team is okay. We open some sweet red cards that we can splash. We have Iron Mirror and a Horizon Spellbomb. Come on, Arc Trail. Well, Precursor Golem, I accept. Other cards to note in this pack: Silvok Replica, Flame Spitter, Silvok Life Staff, Hawk Idol, but we're not playing white. Bunch of white cards. White players will be happy here, but we're taking a Precursor Golem, and I'm gonna be happy about that. I don't need a Memorial side. I could definitely use a Mana Mirror at this point though. It's really tough. Like I want this Perilous Mirror too, but I think considering we have like 3 Chrome Schemes and a Skin Render and a Tangle Angler and a bunch of like high casting cost cards, we just want as many Mana Mirrors we want as we can get at this point. I think Mana Mirrors go up way more in value at this point for our deck because we're very top heavy. So Mana Mirror it is. Sorry, Perilous Mirror. Alright, so we got another Mana Mirror. We could potentially splash this Shatter. It's really tough here. I think I could probably get another Mana Mirror. I'm not sure how badly I need this removal though. Let's just kind of look at this. We have 21 cards here. The Shatter is really helpful, I think. The artifact we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 artifacts. Like, we're what, 2 picks in here, and there's probably a good chance we can get another Mana Mirror. We got 1, 2, 3-ish pieces of removal. All Tangle Cords sort of count as 1, 2, 5, I guess we count 2 the Spitter. Shatter, like the thing is, we have ways to deal with creatures, but we don't have a way to deal with like problem artifacts. So I think taking the Shatter here is fine. Yeah, there you go. There's an off-color Mana Mirror, which is what we need. And the rest of the pack, I mean, we could take a Tainted Strike and get cute with our Precursor Golem, but I don't think we really need it. So I'll take the Gold Mirror here. Other cards to remember are Icarat for the Infect player, who's going to grab that. Probably going to take the Untamed Might first. The second one, the other guy's going to grab the Icarat. But we're going to take the Mirror and continue. This pack is not that great. Oh wait, there's an Astrobab Spider for us. That's fine. I'll take that. Ash Web Spider it is. So it looks like we have enough playables now. Probably gonna make some cuts depending on what else we get in this deck. So let's see. Memnite, not a card to consider. Tater Strike, don't really care. We could go with like the dinosaur with Smolder Beast. Um, Considering we have enough playables as it is, I don't really want to have like another top heavy 5-drop card. I think I'd rather just cut the Untamed away from the Infect player. The deck looks really good at the moment, so other cards to remember here are Furnace Celebration, which could be a problem for us. We have no way to deal with it. But I'd rather just not die to a giant X-Spell, so take that out. I mean, we already passed one. I don't want their decks to be doing the same. So our plan here is just to like hide behind our wall of tangle cords and our early defensive creatures, ramp up to play Chrome Speed and just bash them with like our Metalcraft cards. So hopefully we can do that. Um, I think we can cut the booster drop from this deck, but let's see what we get. Moya, Reader. Oh, now the Sky was Kills come. Don't want another dinosaur. I mean, I don't really need any of these cards, but I don't want top heavy cards anymore. We have enough as it is. I think I'll take a Moyak Reaver. I might not play it, but I'll probably play it over Blister Ground Bane. Exsanguinate is fine. I'm not sure how great Carapace Forge will be in this deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We don't have that many artifacts. But I mean, I guess Creature Scope like needs some Metalcraft anyways. I think I'm probably not going to play either Exsanguinate or Carapace Forge, but I'm probably going to take Carapace Forge because it's like a dude, and dudes are always fine. Nothing great for us in this pack. I think I'm just gonna take Carrion Call and just cut the Infect deck some more. Take Telgi Defiance, but we have enough playables as it is, so we'll see. Nothing great here. I'll take the Trick. So, wow, that's a really late Neurop Replica. I don't think it should still be there, but I think a sideboard Meridian Rebels is fine. Telgi Defiance is also good, but I don't know if we're gonna have space for any of these cards. So I'm just gonna take the Meridian Rebels. That'll help out, hopefully. Flaming Bird is better than all these other cards, I guess. So I'll take that. Beast Strider, sure. So I mean, our deck looks fine. It has a decent amount of removal and some decent fat, so we should be able to get there. Alright, let's see what we got to work with. So that's in, in. Alright, pretty much all our artifacts except for Vector. So we've got 13 artifacts. That's good. Let's run these guys in here. See what we got to work with. And double Carapace Forge. We'll leave those on the side for now. And shadows. So at this rate, we have 24 cards. We've got 13 artifacts, and we've got 1 spell bomb and 3 mana mirrors. I think we can run 16 mana. It should be fine. We got 1 on color mirror, and the rest are off color, and the iron mirror is helping us flash. I guess we'll just sort by color. I mean, let's see. Let's just sort these by spells first. I'm not used to resolution on this right now. I can move this up a little bit. Let's see here. There. We also just cut a Moyak Reaver in favor of a land. But we have 21 creatures here? Jeez. These are all creatures? Man. I actually think I want to cut Moyak Reaver in favor of a land right now. just because I'm looking at this again, I'm like, I have 5 4-drops, 4 5-drops, and a 6-drops. Even though I do have 3 mana mirrors, I think I want to make sure that I never miss a land drop. Because getting to this point in the game right here is pretty important. So, Moyak Reaver is not the greatest, and it's probably an easy cut here. I think Lifesmith's a little bit better than it, considering that it'll help us live longer to get to our late game. Yeah, I mean, kind of wish we had another Wall of Tanglecord here to kind of survive. Because that would have been like a nice defensive card, and it's a good card to get us Metal Crafted. But what can you do, right? I think this is fine otherwise. I mean, 13 is just on the borderline of sketchy for Metalcraft, but we have Precursor Golem, we'll get there. We got like 3 spells in this deck. Jeez. Okay, well, Andrew Tingiki was the person who said that this format's all about like creatures, and he'd rather have lots of creatures than like crappy removals or crappy equipment than no creatures or bad creatures. So I guess this is kind of in that same line of thought. So we'll see if that works out for us. Mono says 926. Well, I probably don't need more than a 1 mouse in here, so that's gonna get cheap. Let's go for color. They got 3 double blacks, 2 double greens. So it's definitely at least 9 swamps. I think we can get away with another forest here. Do we really need anything early other than Lifesmith though? But do we need to hit like Asimov Spider? Yeah, I guess so. Alpha Tier next. Why don't we have that? Actually, I can go 10-6-1. I think that's fine. Because I'd rather prioritize hitting Skin Render on time, and like Bleak Common Vampire isn't a big deal to hit on time or not, but I don't really care about casting like Lifesmith on turn 2, because we'll probably have like enough turn 2 plays anyways. I think otherwise we should be okay. Like Alpha Tyrannax is like a late game card, and Asimov Spider we don't have to cast right away on turn 5 anyway. We can slow roll that, wait for any good piece of equipment to kill. So I think 10-6-1 should be okay, considering we have a Horizon Spellbound and a Copper Mirror, so that's effectively a couple more green sources. We should be fine. So let's try this out. And we'll join you back here for round 1.